Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate support. Guys, listen. I was looking at my comments from the video I made about the postal worker named Ray Hodges, may he rest in peace. 36-year-old man out there in Harlem, New York, that was stabbed to death brutally in the Bodega while he was ordering a sandwich and got into an argument with this individual right here, Jaya Cruz, age 24, right? Now, when I did this video, I talked about it and I said that, you know, Jaya Cruz was a woman. You guys bombarded me like, yo, Steve, that's a man. Go look at the walk, go this and that. I seen the perp walk and I just was like, oh, that's just a funny walking woman. Another thing is when I seen the person coming out, and I was like, damn, that's a tall female. I was thinking about, what's the girl named Brittany Griner? I'm like, oh, she a Brittany Griner type. Never paid no attention to the whole thing. I went off of what the media said. Oh, it's a woman. I want to address that. Come to find out this is a transgender man, right? And it cracked me up how, like, you see in the media, they address people as women and they actually men, even after they committed a crime, and it confuses the whole thing. I did the video, I moved on and kept doing other videos and didn't really go back. And I was up here looking at videos today and looking at your comments last night. And I'm like, man, all these people, let me go back and look. And I found something that verified it. Take a look at this, man. No matter what it's girl, guy, it don't matter. This is a horrific crime and it shouldn't have happened. Take a look.
Back in New York City, the violent death of a 36-year-old postal worker has his family and friends struggling to understand his senseless death. He was fatally stabbed at a deli yesterday, and police believe it was all over a sandwich. And now a woman is in custody, charged with his death. Eyewitness News reporter Janice Yu live in Harlem with more. Janice.
Well, David, that suspect is now charged with first-degree murder, and records show she has at least 2 prior arrests, both involving knives. Meantime, the family of this victim, they're heartbroken, and they're trying to make sense of why this had to happen. The warmth from dozens of candles could be felt on a frigid Friday morning as friends and neighbors stopped by the Mott Haven houses to remember the life of Ray Hodge.
I've watched him grown up, and to see him, you know, go from one stage of life to the next to better himself was anything you could ask from a kid.
This friend tells Eyewitness News he and Hodge grew up together in the Bronx.
You know, we all love them in the community. It's a tragic loss. We're going to celebrate him, and we're going to keep the spirit alive.
He says the 36-year-old took his kids to school every morning, and he took care of his mother. He loved sports and music. He says he could have never imagined Hodge would be killed in such a senseless manner.
Honorable, stand up. Now, I mean, integrity, morals, principles. He was one of the good young boys we had out here, you heard?
Police say the 36-year-old postal worker was on the job when he was stabbed and killed inside this deli on Lenox Avenue and West 118th Street Thursday afternoon. An employee of this deli says this violent confrontation between Hodge and a 24-year-old named Jaya Cruz started over something trivial.
There was argument about who's getting order first. So they start arguing. We try to break between them, and we separate them.
Authorities say the 36-year-old was stabbed multiple times, and Cruz is now charged with first-degree murder. Those who knew Hodge say this is yet another sobering reminder of how quickly life can change.
Nobody knows what tomorrow is going to bring, so we got to cherish the people that we love, the minute in the moment we have them.
Well, the U.S. Postal Inspection Service says it is investigating alongside the NYPD in this investigation. Live in Harlem, Janice Yu, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Okay, so it's established this is a damn man. Now listen, we all know what this was about. They got into an argument with a sandwich, who was in line first, whose sandwiches it was, who it was coming out. So on and so forth, stuff we've seen before with people arguing over stuff when it's confusion in there. But looking back at it now, it made me think when the guy said, hey, they were arguing, and I came from behind the counter to break it up. And I was like, a guy and a girl arguing. He came around the corner to break it up because he didn't want no problems. He didn't want to see the guy obliterate the chick or something. Come to find out, it's a guy. So, you know, a lot of times these people, and no offense to nobody that's transgender, people that dress like women or women that dress like men, a lot of times you can tell. So they were regulars in the store. He probably knew, okay, that's a dude. So they got to arguing, and she spit in his face, or he spit in his face. See, that's the thing with this he, she shit. You know what I'm saying? No offense to nobody, but, you know, they saying he and she, and it's a he. Man, come on, man. Spit in somebody's face, that's a death sentence. You don't never do that. You spit bodily fluid out your mouth. You know what saliva can have in it? And you do that? Ultimate sign of disrespect. It went from arguing over the sandwich to straight up disrespect. What'd he do? He threw lemonade in the face. What'd she do? Got mad and stabbed him up. But the cause always comes with the effect. But the effect comes from the cause. You shouldn't have spit in his fucking face. Second of all, you're a man, regardless of how you portray yourself out here in society. Instinctively, in a lot of us, or all of us, it should be what? Conflict resolution. Especially dealing with the situation that this person deals with and being subjected to people bothering them and stuff. You would think that's one of the things Miss Cruz was used to, conflict resolution. But maybe not. Because I had said in my first video, I was like, yo, that's a tall chick. She get up and bow up on a dude. The dude ain't going to take that, especially with witnesses in there. Come to find out it was a man. Got close enough to him, he seen it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, look at this. Says, even before this heinous slaying, Cruz has a rap sheet of 5 arrests, including once in July of 2020 for waving a open box cutter at a person in Midtown West and shouting, I'm going to cut him, according to police sources. When the cops ordered the combative Cruz to the ground, she refused and was later busted for resisting arrest. 2 weeks later, she was nabbed again for a tag team robbery by knife point. Everybody has a story, and it's always a calm before the storm. And this guy was caught up in the mix. Mr. Hodges, may he rest in peace. You know, stories like this, it's easy sometimes, and I gotta say this, it's easy sometimes for people on the outside looking in, content creators included, to say, hey, you know, they could have worked that out, or they could have this. Listen, and I just want to say that it just hit me. I want to say this. Sometimes people push you so far, you ain't got no choice but to go over the edge because you can't back up. Because they pushed or pulled you into something too much. I don't know what that is. I think it was a lot of mouth, a lot of stuff said that can't be unsaid, and all hell broke loose in there. And the guy lost his life. But my thing is this. You had a weapon. And you stabbed him up. You know, as a man, I don't give a damn what you call yourself. You ain't go toe-to-toe with him. So you lose points on that with me. But long history. Long history. And in closing, I just want to say this, man. This PC shit is out of hand. People can be anything they want to be. But when they starting to say and acknowledge people to be something that they not on TV, it causes a bunch of confusion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody has a right to represent themselves. But I mean, come on, we got to be honest here. You know, there's a story out here right now about a young man who's transgender out here in Houston that was stabbed and robbed. And they had a rally for him yesterday, and they were talking about, hey, you know, transgender people, you know, matter. They shouldn't be suggested to violence and this and that. Listen, anything is subjective to anything at any given time, depending on the situation. And it don't matter who you are. It doesn't. And I mean, I understand what they was trying to say yesterday, but I was just shaking my head thinking about this, like, yo, you know, what about if the transgender person is the aggressor or the ones that do the killing? You know, I mean, rallies are around for a reason, but sometimes it's just head scratching sometimes with some of the things that are said. And it's like people are solely concerned about themselves and not just everything, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, man, I did want to do this to clear it up. It is a man. A lot of you guys was right. It was a man. I'm sorry. And still don't make the thing no better. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't have came to this. I wish they could have had a peaceful resolution. Another thing is this. Let me say this. I want to say this Friday. Two things. This person killed a government employee, so the feds might pick this case up. Most likely they will. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, person in uniform, you know, people forget, you know, when you work for the government, you're a government employee, man. I mean, that takes a serious penalty when you do something against somebody while they in uniform and he was on a job. It's rough. Another thing is this. How can I say this? This person is a man, but they're saying it's a woman. So does that person get a right to pick? And I never asked this before. Does that person have a right to pick what jail they go to, or do that person go to a woman jail or a male jail? Because depending on what state it is, I'm not sure. A lot of you guys can help me in the comments section. Because the media and stuff said it was a woman, the lawyer and all of that stuff can fight to say, oh, well, the legal rights of this person, Ms. Cruz, is being infringed because she identifies as a woman. So she should be in jail with women. Look at the media. Even the media says it. And that's the thing. Male and female is out here for a reason. And little things like this that cause technicalities, I want to see how they work this out. Now, I've been locked up in prison and I've seen transgender people. You know, they ain't had the medication. They was all crazy looking, but they was transgender people. That was back in the 2000s. I don't know how it is now. So if anybody's in law enforcement, anything, or know about the correction system out there in New York, man, let me know in the comment section what's going to happen. Does that person go to a male prison or a female prison? I'm just curious. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It don't matter if you love. It don't matter if you respect it out here. At any given time, death can knock on your door or a confrontation can push you to the level of no return. Just be conscious of that and be careful out here.